Well, I am putting this together super early in the morning. I haven't been asleep, but I'm going to go ahead and do this and grab some sleep. Um, I will touch on, as you see there, where it says Black History is a Lie, but we need to change that title up to um, Black History Month is a Lie, unfortunately. So I'll be touching on that. And a little something else. But let's go ahead and get this done here with the Black History Month is a lie. And I will certainly tell you why. So let's go ahead and get one video rolling. Just a little bit of it, and we'll go on to some cryptocurrency. One moment. Okay, so before I actually play the video, it's 9 minutes long. We won't be putting candidates on the line, but I did create this this video as well. It's all original, with the exception of her telling some truths. All right, so let's go ahead and roll it. First of all, and second of all, rather, welcome to Raw Exposure Incorporated. Raw, as you see the dots in between the R.A.W, stands for Right and Wrong Exposure Inc. All right, and no further delay. Let's go ahead and let it play. look up Candace Owens and follow the rest of that. However, I stuck that in, basically correlating with what I put together, that 9-minute video. This one will be much longer, so so let's go and go to the next step here. Let me go ahead and mention first of all why we're in that condition that you just briefly seen, and that is because we fail to keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. Who is he? That is the creator of the universe, the heavens and the earth. We, meaning the 12 tribes of Israel, we were promised through Abraham, what we would go through, but not only what we would go through, but we were promised, he was promised, shall I say, Abraham was promised. God made a promise to him, a covenant. And so therefore, we are actually supposed to be in rulership, but because we disobeyed his commandments, therefore all these curses will fall upon us. So in order to break that curse, or the curses, is we simply need to keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. The only way that you would be able to find all of that out is that you need to do as the Word of God says, and that is to study to show yourself approved. If you don't study, meaning study the Word of God to know the ins and outs of it, then you won't know what signs to watch out for. So, and also, blessings can come your way as well. The trials and tribulations will come even harder once you give your life to Christ, and you just can't just give your life to Christ and live off of faith alone. So you just can't live off of faith alone, because faith without works is dead. It's dead in the water. Our deeds will be accounted for. You can go ahead and have your pleasures here on earth, but just know, whether it's Israelites, Jews, because the Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel, are the Jews. That's according to the Word of God. So, all right. So, one other thing before we move on, and that is, remember, if you tell a lie and you tell it long enough, people will start to believe it. So just remember to do your own homework. Stay vigilant out here. As the years and days and months go on, it's going to get worse out here. So I don't want to do a 5-hour video. I had to switch to a different platform because it wasn't working on the other one. And sometimes I like to do, or a lot of times I like to do, longer videos. I don't want to just ramble at the mouth and not know what I'm talking about. So I've already tried this 3 separate times as of yesterday, and the volume just wasn't coming through, and I already know what that is. Alrighty, so let's move it along to the next next part of this video. One moment. Okay, right now I want to switch subject, and this is talking about XRP. And after this little part of XRP ledger, I will basically talk about why you should be vigilant, and be careful out there, and be careful for nothing. So you'll understand once I get to it. All right, so this is XRP Ledger, and if you want to learn various languages on how to code, you can come here, and they will teach you. And I believe it's free of charge. This is a nonprofit organization as well, so this is a community building, and this is for businesses as well. So my question, or the question I posed, and how I found this, and I decided to go directly to the source, which is XRP Ledger, versus using the phrase fair use for some other YouTuber. You can, you know, take parts of my video and use it as well, so feel free. All right, so the question is, what is XRP, and what makes it so unique? All right, that's my question. All right, how the XRP ledger works. The XRP ledger is a decentralized public blockchain built for business. Now, the peer-to-peer network that manages the ledger is open to everyone. The XRP ledger is maintained by software engineers, server operators, users, and businesses. It's a global community working to solve problems and create real-world value. And I apologize, I can tell that I am a bit tired, so we're going to get through this and shut it down. All right, so let's go over, or allow XRP Ledger to give you their own overview. Here we go.
Welcome to our series on the XRP Ledger.
Ouch.
In these videos, we'll cover concepts that will help you better understand how it works, and we'll outline its most important technical capabilities to help you make the most of its potential. So what is the XRP Ledger and how does it operate? The XRP Ledger, or XRPL, is a decentralized, permissionless, open-source blockchain that anybody can contribute to, develop on, and transact on. Development of the ledger began in 2011 by 3 Bitcoin developers who understood the benefits of Bitcoin but wanted something more efficient, scalable, and sustainable. So they built in some key benefits from the start. Fast confirmation in 3 to 5 seconds. Low transaction fees, typically under 1 cent. And a fairness advantage, which means that no single participant decides which transactions take priority. The ledger provides developers powerful utility and flexibility. You can code in Python, Java, and JavaScript. And it supports a variety of use cases like payments, tokenization and NFTs, DeFi, and more. The ledger uses its native digital asset, XRP, to enhance liquidity between currencies, including crypto, tokens, and other forms of value. Governance of the ledger is community-led, so any proposed changes or amendments to the protocol must be approved by validators. The XRP Ledger has operated continuously since January 2013, and over 1.8 billion transactions have been completed as of 2021. So if you're interested in joining the current community of innovators, developers, and businesses who are building on the XRP Ledger, then have a look at the next chapters and learn more.
All right, and what I'll do is go over to more of these short videos, okay? One moment. Okay, this one is the consensus mechanism, she will explain. One moment.
Welcome to our series on the XRP Ledger. In this episode, we'll describe how transactions are confirmed on the XRPL using the consensus mechanism. With a decentralized ledger, there's no single central arbiter that confirms transactions. But there does need to be a method to ensure that all network participants execute transactions correctly and consistently. This includes the order in which transactions are processed, to avoid what is called the double spend problem, an attempt to spend the same asset more than once. On a blockchain, there are different ways to reach this agreement. One of the first consensus algorithms developed is called proof of work, which is used by a number of blockchains. A number of validating nodes called miners all compete with each other to solve a difficult mathematical puzzle. So difficult that it takes a huge amount of computing power and electricity. And why do complex math all day? Because not only does the winner decide the transaction order, they also get a reward paid out in that native asset. But it does come at a cost to the environment, particularly if the energy used is not sustainable energy. And it's not always the most efficient way to settle a ledger, as it takes a lot of time and can be expensive. There's also proof of stake, where each node stakes a certain number of cryptocurrency in order to participate. And similar to buying lottery tickets, the more you invest, the greater chance you have of winning. This is much more efficient, but it does concentrate validation among the wealthiest stakers. And finally, we'll discuss a third method, the XRP Ledger consensus algorithm. This doesn't rely on huge amounts of energy to solve math problems or require pay-to-play. Instead, the incentive for the nodes to confirm transactions on the XRPL is simple, so that the ledger functions well. And the best way to help the ledger function well is to reach accurate agreement as efficiently as possible. So within seconds, a number of diverse and independent nodes rapidly compare notes on a set of transactions until they agree on the processing order and confirm the transactions. Because this happens within seconds and isn't based on solving complex math problems, it only uses a tiny fraction of the energy that proof-of-work blockchains use. In fact, the XRP Ledger is the world's first major global blockchain that is carbon neutral, so it's more environmentally friendly. The XRPL node operators want the ledger to function well for a variety of reasons. Many actually use the ledger, others are researchers or innovators, and others simply believe in the project and its ability to power progress. And the diversity of this group and their interests is what helps keep the XRP Ledger decentralized and secure. To learn more about the fundamentals of the XRP Ledger, please watch the next episode. XRP Ledger. In this episode, we'll describe how nodes work in the consensus mechanism. So, what are nodes? On the XRP Ledger, there's a peer-to-peer network of independent nodes that processes transactions and maintains the shared state of the ledger. If you want to submit transactions, read ledger data, or otherwise participate in the network, then your application will connect to a node on this network. Nodes can be run by anyone: individuals, universities, corporations, exchanges, wallet providers. Nodes can currently be configured for one of three roles: a stock node or API server, a validator node, or a hub node. To understand the role of each node, here's an analogy. Stock nodes are like active citizens who elect officials to represent them on certain matters. Validator nodes are like those elected officials, with a limited and specific role. Hub nodes are like news feeds, relaying information to everyone. All nodes play a role in confirming transactions, though developers typically connect their application to a stock node. But the validator nodes are the ones that reach an agreement on the sequence of transactions so that transactions are consistently executed across the ledger. Each node on the XRP Ledger configures its own list of trusted validator nodes. Entities that operate on the ledger, like an exchange, for example, also configure a validator node list, as does the XRP Ledger Foundation. Each of these lists is called a unique node list, or UNL. Others in the community can reference each unique node list to see which validators provide reliable information. So the UNL acts as sort of a recommendation guide. A node operator can choose to remove a validator from their UNL if it keeps failing to reach consensus and is no longer reliable. This is how nodes gravitate towards proven validators and away from unproven ones. As a result, the ledger can continue to run in a decentralized, yet effective and efficient way. To learn more about the fundamentals of the XRP ledger, please watch the next episode.
Okay, you can actually find XRP at XRPL, I believe, xrpl.org. Again, that's xrpl.org. Okay, and yeah. Oh, there's one other thing I need to show you, and that is if you want to learn how to code. They have those short videos. It's not as short as the 2 or 3 minute ones that she did, but they walk you through how to code. So I'm a guy who believes in trades, not degrees. And of course, I don't knock those who go for the degrees. I just know a thing or two about trades. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and go over where to find it. So you got the resources. I believe I found it. Let's go. Let's see. Various languages. Let's see here. Okay. All right. So we would say it's right here. Choose your language. Okay. It's first page. Choose your languages. And well, you got the client libraries, but of course you got the Python, the JavaScript, C++, Java, PHP, and Ruby. Various ones here, but this is not exactly what I was looking for. Let's see here. I'll go back to that and go down. Let's see here. Resources. Development tools. Oh, it's here somewhere. I'm, like I said, a little bit tired. I've been going at it, trying to get her done. But just go to xrpl.org and start on the first page with the first page. And let's see here. See if I can find it for you real quick. Streamline development. It is an open source one, so and again, this is for businesses as well. So guided tutorials right here. So just first page and go down to guided tutorials. So let's and it's step by step. So this is where I was before. All right, here we go. So first page, go down to guided tutorials, find it, and of course you can click on them. I'll just click on say Python, and it's gonna basically walk you through what you need to do. So tutorial modules here. Send payments using Python. You're not sending payments. This is gonna walk you through everything. Building applications in Python. So let's just see what this does. Excuse me. One moment. All right. I had to cough there here. All right. Getting started using Python. Our library. And as you can see, it'll walk you through everything. There's also tutorials, video tutorials as well. Again, you have to come in on your own and learn it. I believe it's possibly, pretty sure it's free of charge. If not, it's a nonprofit organization. So check it out on your own, and just going to keep it moving forward. One moment. Okay, after XRP, I wanted to put some emphasis on why you should be vigilant and out there as you grow your accumulation of wealth if you are into cryptocurrency, because as you will soon hear me read, testing 1 2 test 1. Okay, so as you will hear me read why, you'll find out why you should be vigilant, especially when you have an accumulation of wealth. Okay, now this is, I'm going to give credit where credit's due to who wrote this up, and it's by Digital Assets. All right, pardon me. All right, so it talks about physical attacks against Bitcoin holders surge as BTC prices rise. They're noticing a pattern with Bitcoin. As Bitcoin rises, so does the crime. It states, according to the archive maintained by security expert Jamison Loeb, co-founder and chief security officer of CASA, over 200 known physical attacks against Bitcoin and crypto holders have been reported since 2014. In 2025 alone, excuse me, 11 criminal incidents targeted holders, including Ledger's chief executive officer D.B.A, as reported by CoinDesk on the 24th of January of this year. Now, with Bitcoin and crypto prices experiencing a strong bullish run in recent months, followed by market corrections, criminal interest in physical targeting crypto holders has significantly increased. Most of most of the reported crimes in 2025 occurred in Asia and Europe, with Thailand, Korea, and France being the most affected regions. Now, the most recent of these incidents occurred on February 25th in Korea, when officers from Jeju, Western police arrested 4 individuals in connection with the murder of a Chinese man who went to buy virtual currency, as reported by Decrypt. Now, this case highlights the ongoing risks associated with physical attacks against bitcoins. There's a rough correlation between the number of wrench attacks and the price of Bitcoin, Loeb explained to me in an interview. As adoption increases, mainstream awareness increases, and as such, the number of criminally minded people who are aware of it increases. We're currently in the discovery phase where criminals are trying to determine the risk and rewards of targeting crypto asset holders for robberies, he described. Number go up, so do physical attacks against Bitcoin holders. Since 2021, these attacks have remained consistently above 20 incidents per year, with more than half of that threshold already recorded in 2025. So what month are we in? March. That says a lot. Now, the current spike aligns with moments when Bitcoin and crypto gained mainstream attention, and it coincides with Bitcoin surpassing the critical $100,000 mark. Skipping down here, says it is important to note that Lope's archive only compiles documented incidents. The actual number of physical attacks against Bitcoin holders may be much higher, as many cases likely go unreported, given the privacy-oriented nature of cryptocurrencies. Victims may be reluctant to disclose such events. What people need to realize is that law enforcement is not in the business of protecting individuals from attacks. They only come into play after an attack has occurred. If you wish to have proactive protection measures in place, you'll have to implement them yourselves, Lope argued. Now, the technology to mitigate physical attacks against Bitcoin investors. Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies represent immaterial wealth, making their transmission vulnerable to targeted attacks. However, adopting security practices can mitigate risks. Avoiding a single point of failure is crucial in preventing theft. Multi-signature wallets and party computing and time locks are effective ways to leverage Bitcoin technology for enhanced security. Are you, or whoever owns the assets, a potential single point of failure? Do you have the ability to quickly and unilaterally transfer large amounts of your wealth, or your assets? If so, your assets are vulnerable to wrench attacks, Lope detailed. Criminals targeting Bitcoin holders aim for swift execution. Prolonged hostage situations increase the chance of being tracked or facing escalated risks. Wrench attacks, Wrench attacks want to get in and out as quickly as possible, requiring them to hold you hostage for a lengthy period of time and transport you without raising suspicion will be quite unpalatable, Lope explained. Now, for Lope, mitigating physical attacks against Bitcoin investors and holders requires both technological solutions and common sense privacy practices. He advises, be anonymous. If you post online about Bitcoin, be anonymous. Don't talk about your assets to people in meat space, and that's MEAT, like a meat grinder. So that's why I purposely put the word meat versus MEET. Don't do high-valued face-to-face trades, and don't flaunt wealth, especially you young people. If you're into Bitcoin, don't flaunt your wealth. Don't boast. Don't brag. It's really not nice. Don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. No one needs to know your business. So, don't give your real name and address to cryptocurrency. That's the end of that article. But how, with that last sentence, how do you sign up for Bitcoin without giving your real name? I believe he is indicating that after that, use a P.O. box instead of your physical address. Okay? And if you can put a nickname, go ahead and do that as well. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and move on. Okay, here we go. 1 second. Alrighty, and slow it down there, and I'll bring up the mind mapping real quick. This is very important that I show you this. 1 moment. Okay, this is a mind map, I call it. It starts with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay. Hopefully you can see it. It's a little bit blurry to me. All right, so we have Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The point of this, what I want to point out, and I will not read it in depth as I did before. Right now, I'll do it some other video. This right here is the name of the 12 tribes. As you can go below the solid green line that's stretching across. All right, so you have Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'd love to come back to this in another video. I've already tried 3 times yesterday, and all types of things was preventing me from doing so. So we got from left to right, our left, then to our right. So you have Levi. Levi or Levites, they are the priesthood. Okay, they're the ones who guarded the. They guarded the. My brain. They guarded the Ark of the Covenant. Okay, and not any and everyone can be there. So they're the priesthood. You just cannot walk in and around the Ark of the Covenant. And if you hear someone say that they did or can, you might want to question them. Then the next one is Judah. This is the scepter. You can find that in Genesis chapter 49, verse 10. Then you have Benjamin. And then Reuben. That Reuben is the firstborn. That is, you can find that in 1 Chronicles chapter 5, verse 1. And then Simeon, and Dan, and Naphtali, and Gad, and Asher, Issachar, Zebulun, and Joseph. Joseph is the birthright. That's 1 Chronicles, Corinthians, shall I say, or is it Chronicles? 1 Corinthians, or it could be Chronicles, but it has an R there. Chapter 5, verse 1 through 2. We've all heard and seen possibly the story of Joseph and how his brothers threw him in that makeshift well or a deep hole. All right. All right. So that's the 12 tribes of Israel. Or basically, you have to study to show yourself approved to figure out which tribe you're from. And if you didn't know, there's only 12 gates to heaven. And there's big, tall, gigantic angel at each door, guarding that door, each each gate. Okay? If you didn't know, we, shall I say, as the being a part of the 12 tribes of Israel, you are not supposed to marry outside of these 12. You can choose from whichever tribe you're in. If you want to marry someone within the 12 tribes from the other tribes, you can, at least to my understanding, but not outside of the tribe, of the 12 tribes whatsoever. The Holy Bible, the Word of God, is our roadmap. Literally tells us how to dress, what to wear, what not to wear. For instance, men is not supposed to put on the apparel of a woman. And go ahead and put it in the chat on what is the apparel of a woman, what a man is not supposed to put on. If so, then you are breaking his laws, statutes, and commandments. Women is not supposed to put on that of a man, meaning they're not supposed to be wearing pants. Men is not supposed to be wearing dresses. Yes, I know women wear pants, but it doesn't mean it's supposed to be done if you're part of the 12 tribes of Israel. Foods. There is a list of foods that we cannot eat. Most of us, well, I grew up on raccoon, and I grew up on pig feet and pig ears, the whole pig, except for I didn't eat the nose. But I mean, the whole thing can be eaten. Just because it can be eaten doesn't mean that it is clean according to the Word of God. For fish, I grew up on catfish. We're not supposed to eat catfish. Why? Because we can only eat fish that has scales. Only fish that has scales. Thank goodness salmon has scales. Very tiny, small, but it has scales. If you are in question, just Google it and ask, "Hey Google, does such and such have scales?" I did that with the salmon, and yes, it has scales. Catfish, it has no scales. You have to peel its whole body or skin off of the catfish. We're not supposed to eat that. Why? Because they are bottom feeders. They clean up the ocean and the lakes. Carp. Let's see, I think, I'm not sure about carp, but it's a bottom feeder. I know that. We're not supposed to eat anything that walks on its paws, like cats and dogs. What else walks on paws? Um, Anything that has paws. Just if you're in question about it, just say, "Hey, kitty," or "Hey, doggy." You know, if you got that little black underneath and it's kind of soft or whatever, but those are paws. We're not supposed to eat that. That one I told you I grew up on, that's raccoon. It has paws, and when you skin the skin it, it basically looks like a dog, a raccoon when you take his skin off and the hair, etc. We're not supposed to eat that. All right. I didn't say it was delicious. Just because it tastes good doesn't mean it's clean. Do you understand? For the holidays, you're not supposed to do these holidays. The Word of God wants us to come out of her. And the preachers are supposed to be leading, not following. A lot of them are following. If you are sleeping around, whether it's man and man or man and woman, and you are not married to that person, then you are sinning. You are breaking God's laws, statutes, and commandments. Just understand that. You don't have to take my word for it, but just keep living your life while you live. And all of us will have to meet who created us. Just understand that. Christ came down for a reason, and that is to show us that it can be done. Doesn't mean that you're not going to be tempted. Christ was tempted. Temptation, that's what I mean. Trials and tribulations. But he overcame, and so can we. For the women, it is the man who we don't chase. Real men don't chase, but we basically the word of God says, "He who finds a good thing, or he who finds he who finds my brain here." But marriage is sacred, all right. And when it says that which I could remember, it's the man who does the seeking, not the woman. The woman is simply supposed to prepare herself for. That doesn't mean, you know, you're showing, all of those curves. You don't have to. Why? Because we as men, we can see right through you. Literally. You can be dressed like an Eskimo in the dead of winter, and the snow is 10 feet tall. Well, that means that you can't be seen within the midst of the snow. But guess what? We men can. But there's no need to stare. And you're supposed to dress modest. Modest. That's what the Word of God says. That's it. That's all. Keep living the way you're living, and you will have to answer for each and every one of your deeds. When you pray, you're supposed to pray toward the east. Hands up doesn't mean raise them all the way up above your head. It's just simply with your hands somewhat parallel, and your hands are up, facing toward the east. Why? Because Jerusalem is toward the east. Christ was killed right outside of the walls of Jerusalem. Okay? All right. Time to shut it down here. I am going to shut this down. Jump in the shower and get to bed. All right. So let me go ahead and shut it down. Just please be sure to like and subscribe. I'm trying to grow my channel. Don't be a 5-minute subscriber either. And each and every time, if you basically remember this channel. And YouTube, I see as I subscribe to a lot of channels. Sometimes you have to resubscribe and hit the notification button. Also hit the notification to where you can not just subscribe, but then there's an all or section, but hit the subscribe button. go to the top, and that way you'll receive all of my notifications when I post, because I'm getting ready to post like a madman. Since I bought several sources, but this is the one I'm going to go with. All the rest is not too complex, but there's a lot going on there. All right, so let me go ahead and pause it momentarily, making sure that I haven't missed anything. And I want you guys to have a great day. Be blessed, and thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. One moment. Okay, this is a video I created myself, so I'm going to go ahead and get this started, and I'm going to shut it down. So this reparations basically is owed to all of the 12 tribes of Israel. Just understand that. So I'll go ahead and let it play. It's going to only last for a couple minutes, 2 minutes and 31 seconds. All right, time to shut it down. Here we go. All right, once again, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Also, the name of this website is called Exposure, the letter N, and then THE, and then R.A.W. Exposure N The R.A.W. I need to go ahead and complete that as well. I'll be working diligently on it tomorrow. While you guys are enjoying some of these videos, I will also put out more videos tomorrow. Hopefully I can get in about 3 to 5 of them. All right, I got to put in work because I have at least 5 to 6 other businesses, and 2 or 3, well, 3 of them are pretty strong right now, or trying to go strong, shall I say. But once again, thank you. Thank you so much. It is, the sun is out. That's amazing. I've got to get some rest. I'll probably sleep till about noon, God willing. All right. God bless you. And God willing, that I will see you again here at this channel. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, be sure to share. Thank you very much. God bless.